Alright, this is long overdue, but I finally have put it off to the point where I feel like I should make a video on it because I did promise this back in my update for February. And admittedly, I have quite a few videos to go through, and I will try my best to release these by the end of the week because my exams are finally over and I don't have anything else but a lab report. I don't have time next week because I do have a physics midterm, so hooray for me. But anyway, these are Gateron yellows, but the difference between these is that one is called the KS-3 and one of them, one of these is called the KS-3 and one of these is called the Milky top black bottom, and the one on the right is the KS-3, which is a full black housing. And supposedly everyone told me in the previous video that it was just a superior version of every single Gateron yellow out there, and I'm here to find that out by testing it in the best way possible, which is basically the most monkey return shit I'm ever gonna do. It is literally just going to be a sound test between the KS-3 and the standard Milky top black bottom on an acrylic thing, and I'm going to do it after and before lubing. So these are stock, as you may hear right now. I'm going to click these in front. Actually, my microphone's over there, but whatever. Okay, and here is the Milky top black bottom, also stock. So I guess stock, there isn't much of a difference. Let me try it again. Okay, so the KS-3s, I think they have a little bit more bass to them, but this is coming from a stock switch, which, unless if you're using a consistent sound test like JYMV, I don't really see the point of not lubing these. So let's take a look and see what they sound like in acrylic plate real quick under a PBT keycap. Okay, so I've isolated one specific corner of this acrylic switch tester from KB Defense, courtesy of Alessio KB. And what I'm going to do, as I usually do in every other switch review slash sort of experiment first impressions, I just put it in the middle and take it out and do it again. So let's start with the what I thought was the best, the Gateron yellows from Novel Keys. I know they're not specifically from Novel Keys, but I forgot the specific specification for them, so I'm just going to call them the Milky top black bottoms. And the keycap I'm going to be using is an F4 key out of a random PVD set that I don't remember I got this from. So here we go. Actually, let me press them without the keycap first and then with the keycap on. I should probably move my mic here, huh? There we go. Alright. Let's try the KS-3s. Here's back and forth. Okay, I don't hear much of a difference in terms of it being on just stock and on like acrylic plate, but I will give these a lube and film job, specifically with, well, where's the other switch film? I know the switch, there it is. With this little guy and this little guy, because, well, they're both 1.5 millimeters, and, well, clearly there's something going to be done with these, right? So, be right back. And just for the record, I'm not scamming you guys. I'll take this away real quick. This is how I lube my switches. So, just make sure I'm in frame. So, take it apart, right? Standard procedure. Open up. And separate the bottom housing first. This should be pretty easy standard procedure, but I just want to do it on camera because I don't want to set any seeds of doubt on how I'm lubing my switches improperly or properly. Brush. This is my thick lube that I use for springs, and this is Lube 3G, which is a 3203 sort of like hybrid from Gazoo. It's a brainless lube, as he describes, so you need to apply it very sparingly. So, take a dab in right there. Just gonna lube it. God, it's so hard to do like sideways. And do the same thing on the other side. Let's see. It's lubed in there. So, I'm going to be lazy. I'm going to use the Lube 3G to put the spring in as well. Donut dip as usual. And then take this a slightly more wider brush to apply the lube to the spring. I hand lube my springs. I don't bag lube, which is very, very odd, I know, but I like to have that consistency. Now that everything's on, put the stem on. Grab some more lube, and just sort of apply it on the top here. Do the same thing on the other side. And lube the stems, or the legs rather. And then put a switch film in. And I personally don't lube the top of these Milky tops, but just because I remember doing that for my KS-3, I will do it as well. And here we have a lubed Gateron yellow. And filmed. There. Alright, let's bring everything back. Okay, sick. Got ourselves some switch filmed and lubed. Not only a milk top black bottom, but a KS-3 as well. And let's give it a shot. Of course, without keycap first, and then keycap after. Am I in frame? Yes, I am. Okay. It's it's what I expected. It's pretty thocky. Now let's listen to the KS-3, our contender, that everyone has been telling me is better than this one. So let's have a look. Why did I try to do that? Alright. You better be living up to the hype. It sounds a little thumpier. Moment of truth. Keycap on. One second. Alright, looks like I need to go into the footage and listen to it in depth because this does bode interestingly, as I did not expect the results to be like this. I could hear the minute difference, but the minute difference is what I was looking for, so I'll be right back. Okay, so it is 2 days later because I'm a lazy sack of shit, and after a lot of extensive testing and lubing even more switches and giving them a shot, I gotta say, the people that came to the previous video saying that I didn't review the full black ones, I just gotta say, alright, my hands are up here. Albeit my love for the milk top black bottoms is still there. I will say, with little to no hesitation, that because of the fact that it had that tad more smoothness and thockiness to the switch, they've been dethroned. I do believe, okay, if you're looking for that, like, 5%, maybe 10%, stretching it, just stretching it. If you're looking for that tad bit more thockiness, and you are also looking for a bit more smoothness, because the top housing on the full black ones are actually a little bit, have a better tolerance. So that does aid in the switch smoothness, especially when you lubricate it. Considering they are also the same price, because on 415 keyboards, that's where I found them. I think it's like 16 bucks 10 cents for 70 or something. If you're looking for that tad bit more smoothness and thockiness, and also many thanks to Pixel Fries on Discord for getting me off my ass to actually try and compare these after months, buy the full black ones because they are what you're looking for, at least in my opinion. You heard it, I heard it. They've been dethroned. Like, you guys had a point. I called you guys like whiny bitches, bitching about it, saying that, oh my god, what could possibly be the big difference? Because I am so in debt with this kind of stuff, there was the difference. So y'all over there coming to my Gateron yellow video, be like, you did the best one, you didn't cover it, it's the full black one. Alright, fine, shut up, Jesus Christ. Alright, my hands are up here, I'm tucking your dick. You're fucking spit roasting me here. Yes, they are good. They are good. I like them. I'm going to be putting them in my future build, despite it being super cheap switches, because who said you had to pay a lot of money for switches in order to make it sound good? KS-3 Gaterons will be making a return inside a potential board that I'll be getting called the Kono DOV2 or the DOV2. It sounds very weird, but that's my next project board, in which that I really just want something. So, until then, my Peacock blue and honey yellow video will be coming out later this week as well. I've had that in the works for like a week, but I just didn't find time to like lubricate a bunch and test a bunch, because I don't really like the switches in general. Not because they're not smooth or anything, but it's more because of the fact that like I just don't like the bottom out on them. They're way too harsh. But I'm still gonna put out the review as I put in the poll. But I had promised this one in my February video, so I figured I might as well release this video first. So anyway, that's enough out of me. If you want any of them, really, like, basically this video is just telling me, or telling all of you, that you can take my list of the Gateron yellow video comparison and just basically put the black housing Gaterons to the right side, in which that it's just that much, like, just that much a smidge better, in my opinion. Thanks. Yeah, that's it. Thank you very much. Sorry for putting this off, but you know how it be.